Hi everyone, in this video of Assetto Corsa Evo, we're going to drive every single car that's available right now and do a couple of laps in each one. Let's go. So the first car we're going to try is the Abarth 695 Biposto. We're in practice mode, Suzuka East, and here we go. Flooring it. It's a very planted car. Okay, very grippy, really nice. Not very speedy, so it helps. Really nice car. I'm kind of surprised because typically I would never try the Abarth. I just don't like the way it looks, so I wouldn't give it a shot. But in terms of a beginner car, a new car, it's really good. I think it's a good car to like start learning to drive in. Yes, very forgiving in terms of like the wheel turn. So the wheel rotation, like if you're learning, you won't spin the car out. Some of those faster cars aren't like that. You turn, you oversteer a little bit too much, or you understeer, you crash. You know, things like that happen with those faster cars. This one is really nice. It could be a little bit quicker. I would like that, but as a beginner car, getting used to the game, learning how to drive in the game, learning how to do a bit of sim driving, which is what I'm trying to do. Feels like the right car for me right now, actually. Very surprised, pleasantly surprised. Good car, planted, decent handling, okay speed, but definitely a fun little car. You can really tug it around whichever way you want. Best lap was 106. Let me know what you guys think about the color. Got some shine on this baby. All right, time to switch up the car from the Abarth 695. We are heading on to the Alfa Romeos. There's a couple of Alfa Romeos in this one. One is the Junior and the other one is the Giulia GTA. We're gonna obviously try the Giulia GTA. Let's go the standard, nothing fancy. Heard some good things about this car, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. How about an all black sort of color? This is what's available. The white's nice too. Can we do a black? Yes. Can we do matte black? There we have it. Matte black with white rims. Same track, same layout, same everything, same time. Was pleasantly surprised by the Abarth. Let's see how this one does. I like that spoiler. Okay, we got the driving line. Okay, this one, the force feedback is definitely pushing me along in a certain direction. So I gotta be more careful here. Some faster car for sure. Missed the line there quite a bit. Okay, this one's we gotta be more careful with the handling. Keeping you on your toes, this one. Ooh, yeah. Definitely not as close to the bend with this one. You gotta brake her a little bit earlier. Good to know. Good to know these things. But definitely feels like a fun car because it has this ability of just like going out from under you. Makes it like a fun thing to drive and learn. Ah, messed up. Those brakes, man. Gotta get used to those brakes. Let's do one more lap, see if we can do a clean one. Nothing has been clean so far at all. I'm braking earlier. Downshifting. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Way better. The shifting is really smooth. No hiccups whatsoever. Very smooth shift when I upshift. Yeah, taking these bends when you get the speed right and when you get the braking right is really a lot of fun with this. Because the force feedback is really strong and good. Ah, right there I messed up a bit. This is where I screwed up last time. But the throttling with this and the braking is a little bit trickier than the Abarth. It's obviously a lot faster than the Abarth. If I go on the straight this one final time, I'm already at 225 miles per hour. Could have gone to 230 easily. So definitely a nice little thing right here. I'm liking it. Okay, I like it better than the Abarth in the sense that it's more of a fun, spontaneous, dynamic sort of a drive with a lot more feeling. The Abarth was a nice beginner car. I'm not sure if I'll call this a beginner car, but it's definitely not too hard to learn. It's a good one. All right, and it makes you want to drive it even more because as you can tell, I'm on my 4th lap already and I'm not giving up. Right, because it makes you want to keep driving. So this is the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA. Let's watch the replay real quick, see if we got some good angles, good shots. The matte black does look nice, I feel, and the white rims were the right call. And this one is called Junior. Let's see what this one is about. Same everything. Let's try to push a couple of laps. Here we go. Drive. There's only drive. It is an electric car, so there's no gears. And it is so quiet. Wow, so quiet. But the brakes are good. These electric cars, they have really good brakes. All right, so this is interesting. There's no feeling whatsoever. Like the road feel is not really there. Force feedback is there. But once you hit the brakes, you don't know what you're driving on. It's really like silky smooth. I hear some tire noise. Yeah, when the road surface changes, you definitely hear that. But the car itself is super quiet. It is speedy, but not crazy fast acceleration at all. We're just hitting 200 right now. 212, 215 is what we got, and I hit the brakes. Very interesting drive, really smooth and quiet, and very much without feeling. I mean, I don't know who wants that, but I don't know. It's really weird. It does handle well though, you have to say. It's grippy. It's trying to stay on the track, not trying to slide off. All right, flooring it right now. There you go, 105. 105 is what we got for the lap time. Definitely an interesting drive. Not sure how enjoyable it is, but it's definitely interesting, and it is kind of engaging in a weird way, right? The force feedback is there, obviously, but it's not too much. It's like an easy car, I feel like. Our first electric car that we try in Assetto Corsa Evo. This is what it looks like. Got a nice front. Alpine is next. Alpine's got a couple options too. They have an electric one, the A290 Beta, and they also have the Alpine A110 S. We'll start with that. Nice looking car. Kind of has those Infiniti G35 vibes. At least the side profile feels like Infiniti G35, but the back is definitely not. It has that Nissan-esque feeling in terms of design language. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one I feel I have to be more careful with. This does kind of go like the Giulia, but the handling is a little bit less ideal. Let's just say the oversteer, yeah, it's easy to get in this. And that's how I was feeling when I first drove the Giulia also. But then you got used to it, right? It's all about getting used to all these cars. They're slightly different from each other, and sometimes that's hard to adjust to. But in this case, you know, you just have to give the car the respect. Give it what it needs. All right, flooring in now on the straight. 215, 225, 226 is where we got, and then I went for the brakes because I feel like I'm gonna crash. Yep, got a track cut penalty already. There you go. Sounds okay so far, I have to say. The Giulia sounded all right. The Abarth sounded pretty good. And then we went electric, so we got quiet. Not much to hear there. But this one's all right. Got a little wheezy sound. And there you have it. We did our final lap. It is a nice looking car. The front I don't like. I just don't like the light setup. Feels really dated to me, those two round lights. It's a nice driving car, but I wouldn't yet add it to my favorites. All right, so after, oh, Alpine does have that one more car we gotta try, which is the 290 Beta. The A290 Beta we gotta try and see, and how it compares to the Alfa Romeo's electric, the Junior. Got a nice side profile. Got a lot of cool blue going on there. All right, here we go. The A290 Beta. Let's go. The lap starts. Again, no noise whatsoever. It feels so quiet driving this car right now. Brakes are pretty good too, just like the Junior. Feels looser in terms of handling. The Junior felt a little bit tighter, a little bit more responsive. This one has more of a leeway, which means, I don't know, somebody like me might oversteer like I just did, I think. Yeah, right here. See, this is hard to gauge. So there's no feeling. I'm getting no feeling out of the tires. The force feedback that I'm getting from the wheel is only when I'm turning the car. but when I'm driving, there's nothing. It is so loose. Like, it's crazy. All right, doesn't even get to 200. So the Junior was faster for sure. Overall, I gotta say I like the Junior better in terms of the electric options that we got in Assetto Corsa Evo. This one is all right. It drives okay. This might be like a beginner type of a car, you know. Here we go. Finishing our final lap. So far, so good. It's a fun little car. Definitely is a fun drive, but very quiet. Not a lot of feeling. You know, a beginner car, I would say. So 108 is what we got as our lap time here. Also wasn't very fast. Let's take a look at the replay, see what it looks like driving around. Ooh, looks like it's got its eyes closed. I think looks wise too, I prefer the Alfa Romeo Junior better than this, but to an extent both do feel like they look quite similar. Let's go on to the next. The Audi RS3 Sportback. Okay, this one sounds a lot better. So far, the Giulia sounded pretty good, and then this Audi sounds real good. Okay, this one, man, coming from an electric is like a world of a difference, and this feels so much better. It's like day and night. It's like it's so much more engaging right away. I got the feeling back that I was looking for. The sound does a lot. The sound actually helps you drive better, I feel like, because it's a form of feedback you're getting from the track, and when the car goes quiet, it feels like there's no feedback. And what's weird is a lot of the bumps I wasn't getting in the electric cars. 238, 237. And just like that. This driving line does help a noob like me, for sure. I turned it on purpose. In the last few videos, I wasn't using it, but I'm trying to get better, so I think the line is going to help. And I think so far it is helping. It's helping with like when to brake, when to, you know, get closer to the edge of the road. This thing is fast. This thing is good. It's responsive. Sounds really good. The steering is good. I'm liking this car a lot. Let's do another lap. Oh yeah, it could slide too. Look at that. Wow. This is a very engaging car, guys. I'm like forgetting to talk while I'm driving because it requires so much of my attention and focus. It's a really nice looking car. It's a really nice driving car. It's fast, it's quick. I can get up to 230, 35 on the straight and not fully crash. The shifting is good. Oh man, this is a good one, guys. This might be making it to a favorites list You know, this might be it. Let's have a look at the replays a little bit, see what kind of visuals we get. Very nice. All right, on to the next one. That was the RS3 Sportback. We don't get any more Audis, but we do get 2 BMWs. We'll start with the BMW M2 Racing. Let's go with that. Beautiful, looking really nice. This is matte black, maybe a little satin finish. Let's go M2. A lot of people like this car in real life for track driving. Want to see how it is here. The sound is not overwhelming. It's a good sound, but quiet. Brakes are very good. Okay, handling, ooh, tight. Okay, very responsive for sure. Okay, so you can wait on the brakes on this one because the brakes are really good. Okay, this is a really nice drive. This is a really nice drive. Very responsive, quick. We're hitting up 210, 220. We can brake late. Yeah, I could have gone. Actually, I could have pushed a little bit further, but I didn't. Got nervous. Wasn't sure. That's the thing about learning new cars. Everyone is different. I could have waited a little bit more on that one. Push it a little bit closer to that edge, but it does drive real nice, guys. The M2, wow. Okay, I'm into it. I don't like the sound of it. I wish it sounded a little bit louder. I like a loud car. I feel like I say that about all the cars that are not as loud, but I kind of like it. All right, let's go. Woo! That feels really good. Around the bends, this little thing is fun, guys. This is fun. So let's see what it is in the replay. Very nice. So M4 CSL. Keep everything standard. And let's start the session. See what this one is about. There you go. Our driver's ready. Helmet on. Let's hit the drive. And let's move. Alright. Quickly catching speed. Acceleration is super high. Brakes I don't know about. Feels really sensitive. Ooh. Oversteer alerts. Ooh. Okay, so this one wants to play around a little bit. Okay. This is very different from the M2. It drives very different. It is not as confidence inducing, doesn't inspire as much confidence. And it is definitely faster also. I'm hitting 245 before getting to this bend. I could have pushed it a little bit harder there, but again, just doing our first 2 laps in the car, not really sure how the car works until you drive it. Can't really get a feeling of it. There you go. Yeah, it turns wide, so definitely different from M2 in that. Also, it's a bigger car to move around, to whip around and stuff. And on the bump, it just like jumped. All right, not as sticky as the M2 either. All right, feels really nice. I think this one sounds better than the M2, so that's kind of nice. Acceleration is super fast, and the car just has better speed. In terms of the handling, M2 was way better. All right, this is I guess it's not about being better or worse, it's more about which one's more challenging for a newer driver. For me, M2 was definitely less challenging. It was more accommodating. This one is not gonna let you play around with it without, you know, developing a little bit of a skill first. So all right, look at those lights. Got some blue tinted lights. There's a yellow ring around. Looks pretty cool. Very fast car. Really did enjoy driving the car also. I think Chevy Camaro is our next car because we've exhausted our BMW inventory. There's only 2 cars there. Chevy only has 1 car. So we can go with the stock, the ZL1. This is the Camaro ZL1. Why don't we try this last one? We're taking everything. The carbon hood, the center stripe, we'll take all of that. Here we go, it's all loaded up. Drive-through speeding penalty already there. Come on, guys. What is the speed limit anyway? I don't even know. All right, so this one is definitely a different handling than the BMWs. The force feedback is not as strong, but it is equally, I think, responsive. I'm not feeling the road as much with this as I was with the BMWs, but it is feeling like it's easy enough to just throw around. Feels weighty. All right, let's see what the speed is like. We are at 233 right now, 240, 254 I got before I started braking. Oh, that felt like I didn't brake well there, but I did feel like I broke at the right time because I was about to spin out. Okay, fast car, guys, fast. It feels fast now once you get going. Definitely fun. That whipping around feeling with this one is like, it's in a good way. Like you feel like you're gonna lose it for a second, but it's a very supportive sort of approach. Feels really good. The sound is not that, again, loud, but it does sound very much like an American Camaro muscle type of a sound, which is nice. All right, it was fast. Did we beat our BMW time? I don't think so. I've already forgotten what the BMW time was, but this feels really good. The Camaros are done, and Camaros are a go. Camaro is a go in this game. And after the Camaro, we got the Ferraris. Both the Ferraris that are in here are the 296 GTB and the 488 Challenge Evo. Let's start with the yellow. This is the 296 GTB. From what I'm hearing from people, the Ferraris drive the best in this game. Let's see. It looks really nice. Let's give it a go. Am I speeding? Ooh, very fast acceleration. It's really fast. Feel like I'm gonna crash. It is really fast, way faster than the other cars that we've driven so far. I'm losing control. Gotta figure out my throttle with this car. My throttle strategy is too rookie for this car. Woo! Oh no, how? Oh, I went off the curb a little bit. Wow. Well, who are these guys? Gotta restart. Wow, that was our first crash. Or was it? I don't know. Okay, there we go. So now I got a little bit of practice. Hopefully this start is gonna be a good start, a better start. So really can't floor it. Really can't floor the throttles. There we go. This is where I messed up. Okay, we're already at like 250 and we got a long way to go. Ooh. Oh, no. I was getting greedy with the speed. You know, I'm looking at 290, 295, and I'm like, let's keep going. And then I look up and I'm already at the friggin' barrier at the bend. Oh man, this is an exciting car. This might be one of the favorites, actually. This might be a car I have to add to my favorites list as the first car being added to my favorite list. Wow. This is a lot of fun. I definitely crashed, obviously, but that lap was a lot of fun. To get to almost 300 miles an hour. Oh man, that was really, really nice. Yeah, every time I floor it, I feel like I'm gonna crash. There you go. Our best lap was 0.56. Definitely could push it harder. This is definitely a car that I feel like I could do a better job in. So this little Ferrari was a lot of fun for sure. Nice sound. I really enjoyed the sound of it. The force feedback, the road feel, the handling was a tricky part, and throttle was a tricky part. Once you figure that out, this is a good car to drive. Definitely not a beginner's car, I would say. There is one more Ferrari that we're going to try out. So the 296 GTB was great. The 488 Challenge Evo. Let's stick to the red. There you go. It's looking really nice. Let's take out the car. Wow. I feel like this accelerates even faster. I wonder what the brakes are like. Okay, brakes are good. And the handling feels really, really accommodating. Oh my god, the handling feels really, really accommodating. Really good. This feels like a safer version of the last Ferrari we were trying, the 296. This feels like a safer, better version for someone who wants to try out Ferraris in this game. I feel like this is the one you want to start with. Okay, it is slower though. It is slower than that car. Gets us up to 260 something. But the brakes feel really good. The handling feels really good. Doesn't feel like it's gonna slip out from under. That's really nice. Missed the apex there pretty bad. And we're back on the straight. Can I keep it straight though? Okay, 0.56. I think it's literally like the same performance we got with this car that I did with the other Ferrari. But the 488 is definitely what I like more. It's the steering is also a little bit on the looser end of it, so you feel like you can control the car a little bit more, like you can turn and you won't oversteer as much. The other one felt like you couldn't really mess with the steering that much. You had to be really careful. You had to get it right every time. With this one, you're like, all right, I oversteered a little bit, understeered a little bit. I could fix that. I could correct that. But with the 296, that was hard to correct. And it sounds really good. It looks really good. I think this one I also like in terms of appearances. I feel like it looks better. This might be making it to the favorites. The front, the back, the side, everything looks really nice. Oh, look at that. Looks great. Very nice. So both Ferraris are done. Then we get the Ford, and Ford only has this Escort RS Cosworth. I hated this car in Forza Horizon 5. Just the Escort RS. Let's see how it is here. All right, we're loading up. Here we go. Let's take it out. All right, let's go. Okay. Man, coming from the Ferrari to this is I don't know how to describe it. This is just normal. This is just normal driving, I feel like. Okay, the car is easy to kind of whip around. The handling doesn't feel terrible. The handling feels pretty good, actually. Not crazy amounts of force feedback. The speed is very manageable. It's going mostly averaging. It feels like 100 miles an hour. Don't really need to downshift at all. I messed up there. All right, so here we are at the bend. I hear the tires. We're losing grip. Steering going real soft. But it pulls through. Doesn't spin out. That's nice. It's well balanced, this car. Feels really light. Compared to the other cars that feel really heavy in this game, this feels like a light car. Light car. Oh, what? Can we correct that? That was fun. Alright, maybe the brakes too late on that one. But it feels good. Sounds alright too. For a little car, you know, battle of the littles. You compare this to the Abarth, to the Golf, to the S2000, to the Mazda MX-5, the Miata. You compare this in those, you keep this in those class of cars, and you have a discussion. This feels like, you know, you could definitely drive this. This is a good learner's car too, I think. It's not out of control. Even after I lost grip there, I was able to bring it back, which was nice. No valid laps, but it was nice. All right, 200, 204, 203. Yeah, I could get used to this. Yeah, you could turn a lot. You could turn a lot without it spinning out, which is really nice. Very grippy. I think it's an all-wheel drive, this one. Really good, guys. Really good beginner's car, I would say. Definitely a fun little car. And the speed is not so much that it would overwhelm you. Definitely a nice car. Did an extra couple laps, maybe an extra third lap. I don't know what I did, but it was fun to drive it. There's nothing much to look at this car, to be honest. I just don't like how it looks. It's very simple looking, old, you know, classic car. Retro, I would say. But drives much nicer than it looks, I would say. So that's the end of Ford. That's all the Fords we get. Assetto Corsa Evo. Is that it? Really? That's all the Fords we're gonna get? I don't like that. Let's go ahead and get into the Honda, the one I've been waiting for. Obviously the classic S2000 yellow. All right, here we go. The Honda S2000. Let's take it out. Everybody's favorite little toy, right? That's what this is. Okay, speedier than the Escort and the Abarth. There you go. Get some crackling going. Okay, handles really well. Wow, this is really good. This feels like a daily driver kind of a car that's not going to go out from under you. It's not going to try to mess you up. It's a fun car. Drives fun. It feels like I can slip it if I want. But man, for a beginner, I want to drive this car a bit more, for sure. It makes it easy to, feels like it makes it easy to learn. See here. I've shifted early every time because it, like, the sound of it makes me feel like I should shift, but we are up to 208. 208 miles per hour is what we got on this lap. But it can go, this thing, it can go. Wow, this is really a fun car. It's easy to drive, it's easy to learn. I'm very surprised. And easy to get back under control. Spoke too soon. Easy to get back under control. It did come back under control though. Wow. Alright, this one is really nice. Might be making it to the favorites list. I'll share that in a second. 105 is our lap, almost 106. The Honda S2000 was a nice surprise. It's a gentle car, but it's also fun. It makes those nice crackling popping sounds. It's really fun. Overall, a good package. That's the end of Honda 2. Only one Honda, the S2000. Now we're moving on to the next. The Hyundai i30N hatchback. The i30, let's go. This is the i30 hatchback. We're gonna drive it. Let's give it a go. Okay. A lot of feedback in the wheel, actually. A lot of feeling, a lot of road feel. And originally, oh yeah, a lot of road feel. Went over that curb and it went crazy a little bit. The handling feels all right, but less accurate or less precise than the Honda S2000 that I just drove. This feels a little bit less reliable to me as a new driver. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I feel like maybe it's gonna spin out, maybe it's not, but it's holding on so far, and I'm not hopefully making too many mistakes. But it goes loose quickly, so it feels like it's about to go. All right, doesn't spin out there, so that's nice. It is speedy, but it feels like comparable speed to the S2000. We got up to 206, 207 in the S2000. This is taking us to 212 before I hit brakes. I don't know if the brakes are gonna let me. Oh no. All right, so lost control there. Those brakes, maybe I pressed too hard and we lost traction. But it's a fun car. It's definitely something I could try or get better at. I think the S2000 sounds way better than this, so that's another thing. I'm a sound kind of guy. I like car sounds, and to keep me engaged, I don't know if this car is gonna have the sound that I want when I'm driving around. All right, so we're back at it. Almost at the end here. No crackling and things here, but a good car. Definitely a good car. I think the Escort actually wins out on this too. For me, Escort is better than this. I had more fun driving the Escort than this car. But this car doesn't really do anything wrong, I have to say. You know? I'm wondering how this compares to the Golf also. But so far, for me, in these little tiny cars, S2000 was #1. The Escort came a close second with this. It definitely was not close to the S2000. The S2000 was way better than the Escort, in my opinion. But this is closer to the Escort, I think. Next up for us is Lotus. There's only one Lotus, I believe, we have. Let's pick this Alcantara interior black pack. Looking like a Ferrari. This is the Lotus Emira. So drove the Emira in Forza Horizon 5 also. It wasn't all that great in that game. But here you go. Starting with the violation. Forgot about the speed. Okay, I wonder what the brake situation is. Ooh, this actually kind of rides nice. Don't sleep on the Lotus. Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on the Emira. This is a good car. Okay. This is nice, guys. This is nice. Really sharp handling. Good force feedback. Helpful force feedback, like allowing you not to oversteer and letting you know that you're going too much. So I like that a lot. Speed wise, we're about to find out. Okay, not as speedy, but faster than the S2000. We got 229, 230 we got to before I hit brakes, just to be on the safe side. There goes Emira. Okay, handles really nice, guys. I actually like this car a lot. Okay, I like this car a lot. Good beginner car. The speed is not overwhelming. The handling is good. The braking is really good. And it's grippy. It's sticky. Wow. Okay, the lap time is not the best, but 59. This is a surprise. The Lotus Emira is pretty good. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. Good handling, good speed, nice braking. I feel like the brakes are really what's best about this car so far. The sound isn't bad either. Oh yeah, the Lotus Emira, definitely recommend. Man, the race for the favorites is getting tighter and tighter. I do like this. Here you go. Looks really nice. The Ferrari type of styling goes pretty well. It's like a mix between a Ferrari and a Lamborghini, I feel like. So now we're at the Mazda. The Lotus Emira is done. Let's go for the Mazda. This Mazda is the MX-5 ND Global Cup Sequential. So here you go. This is the Mazda MX-5. The game crashed when I picked Mazda MX-5. I don't know if it's trying to tell me something, but here we are. I had to restart the game. Okay, sounds pretty good. Oh, brakes are good. Okay, handling wise, I prefer the Honda S2000. This does feel more sporty though. It has more of the force feedback, the tighter steering wheel. The Honda S2000 steering wheel was more damped out. I could feel the damper on that one, and I prefer that. This one's much more like a racy feeling compared to the S2000, which was more like a casual, speedy feeling. But this little thing feels very speedy, very responsive, and very much like a little tiny race car. All right, in terms of speed, it's very comparable to the Honda, but I think the S2000 to me felt faster. It needs a little bit of an on-ramp to kind of get to a higher speed, but S2000 I feel like had a faster acceleration. This one seems to be a little tiny bit slower. But it's also a very confidence-inducing drive. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna spin out very easily. But I definitely prefer the Honda S2000 over this. But if you're into a sporty feel, this is better. But the Honda S2000 just felt like an everyday daily driver kind of a car, super fast, and sounded really good. I feel like I prefer the S2000 sound over this also. Let me know what you guys think. Which sound do you like better? Very fun. I think the S2000 is a little bit better in my book, but this is really, really good too. They are definitely different, and you can tell the difference between them for sure. Definitely. I don't know how Assetto Corsa did this, but they really gave each car that we've driven so far its own unique character, which is hard to do sometimes. I'm sure, like, for example, in Forza, a lot of times the cars kind of feel the same, but here you're getting a very different feeling every time. The Miata, great car, fun car, definitely a good beginner's car. I prefer the Honda S2000, but this is a very good alternative if you're more into the racy, sporty feel. Mercedes, oh man, we're going from like a little sporty car to like a beast. Let's go get the beast. All right, here we go. The MercedesAMG GT2. Already speeding, bro. This car is speedy and it sounds really good. This is what I'm talking about. I want this loud sound. This is what I want. The flames and all that. Okay, way different. Got to be careful with the throttle here and the brakes. Okay, so this one is a bit of a demanding car to drive, clearly. I'm already here. I can't believe how fast I went. And I don't think I was going that fast. It just felt fast in this car. This car has this speedy feeling. Hard to describe, but it has a speedy feeling. And it's not even as fast as those Ferraris that we were driving earlier, but this feels fast. We are at 260 miles per hour before we hit the brakes. Could have pushed a little bit further, but we're here. Woo! Messed up that one pretty bad. Okay, wow. This car feels really fast, accelerates real quick, and our time is 56.7, which is might be our fastest. I'm not remembering what I got in terms of the fastest time so far. Ooh, definitely makes you want to drive. This car is a fun drive. You want to drive, you want to learn, you want to push yourself to the limit with this one. I think this has all those things available to you if you're interested. Wow. Okay, this really feels like a tough car in a good way. Not impossible, but a good car. Very nice looking car, drove real nice. Force feedback was great on this. It was strong, it was responsive, it was accurate, felt precise. Overall, a good package for this car. Porsche, we're getting to the end, friends. We're getting to the end. Let's go black and red or black and blue. What do we want? All right, so we got the Porsche 911 GT3. Let's start that session. So far, out of the cars that I had tried, this one was my favorite before trying everything. I didn't try all the cars. There's only a few cars that I had played before making this video. Porsche was one of those cars, and it has been one of my favorites. I've been doing any little races that I've done so far, I've been doing in this car because I really like it. So here we go. Let's give it a go. I'm gonna try not to speed up out of here. And hands down, this wins the sound challenge. This car sounds the best. Great brakes, strong force feedback. This will slip out from under you if you play too much. It wants to allow you to have fun a little bit, but then you gotta also, you know, do some of the basics right. You can't just be swinging around everywhere. It's a great car though, great handling. Oh my god, I feel so much better driving this car. There we go. Sounds so good. Man, this car sounds the best. Oh man, it's so good, this car. Definitely still my favorite. This is my favorite car, hands down. Hands down, guys. This is the car to drive in this game. No matter who you are, our best time right now, 54.88. Not even 55. Great car. I just totally stopped driving, but because the time is good, I feel like this is my best time with this car. Man, this car is great. On the wheel, just feels so good in the hands. Oh yeah, this is the one, guys. This is the one. So sticky, really grippy. Car ain't going nowhere. It is so good. Wow. All right, so that's it, the Porsche. Man, I think it also looks so good. That spoiler, that giant wing on a tiny little car. It's a beast. This one is a true beast right here. That's my favorite. Hands down, #1 spot goes to this car. So we tried the Porsche 911 GT3, amazing car, my favorite, my #1. Let's go to Toyota. the GR86. A lot of people who have been dabbling into the world of drifting have been talking about this car, that in this game, in the Assetto Corsa Evo, Toyota GR86 is the one you want to learn to drift in. I haven't done any drifting yet. I'm not interested, not yet. Right now, I'm just trying to learn how to drive properly in a sim, and that's what I'm trying to do. So we're gonna go ahead and give this one a go and see what this one can do. I don't even know which cars to properly compare this one to, because I'm not very familiar, but let's see. Okay, feels like yeah, feels like that category of the S2000 and the MX-5. Feels like that category. Okay, the handling is real loose on this. The force feedback is not as tight. The damping, it's a damper wheel. Okay, sounds pretty good. Nothing crazy. I think the Hyundai i30 is the one to compare this car to. It feels closer to that car, both in speed and in handling. But I think the Hyundai was a little bit faster. We just got to 208 just now. Okay, not bad, guys. Not bad. This is a good first car too. This is a really good first car. Okay, a little bit. Yeah, see, I lost control there. The steering is a little bit too quiet for me. It's not giving me enough information. I did feel losing traction right there in that turn when it spun out, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was like, sometimes that feeling did not lead to a spin out, so I was kind of confused there for a second. I should have slowed down, but I didn't. So that's the Toyota GR86. All right, I'm not gonna do an extra lap beyond this. This is it. Yeah, not in love with it, but I think it's a good car. It's a good beginner's car. For me, still, I would prefer the Honda S2000 in this category of like beginner small cars that are racy. Definitely the S2000 for me is the best one, followed by the MX-5. And here we are. We made it to the last car, the Volkswagen, and we have our Golf, the Golf 8 GTI Club Sport. Let's go with the classic Golf color. Our last car right here. It's a beautiful little car. And let's click drive. Let's go. Let's take it out. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Okay, softer steering. Speedy, but not very speedy right away. Okay, forgiving handling. It's not trying to lose grip as easily. But you do have to turn a lot to get it to move. Okay. So there you have it. Our first lap coming to an end. 110, not very speedy. Fun, but not speedy. 223 we got up to there. Okay, it's good. It's a good car. I like the GR86 better, I think, so far. GR86 was better, or felt better to me with my style compared to this. But definitely you can, you know, yeah, slide this thing around too. It looks like you can't, you know, it sticks around, doesn't slip out. And there you go. Did we get a lap in? What's our time? Okay, 1.02. Not bad, not bad for a little car. The Golf is pretty good, guys. It's fun. So there's that Golf. Nice, quiet little car. Not super loud. Does sound pretty good. It's got a good hum. Got a good racing feel, but the handling wasn't very responsive in my view, but it was forgiving. So, you know, I guess making mistakes, oversteering, understeering, that sort of stuff you can get away with, especially with the oversteer. You can get away with a lot here. All right, so here's the final verdict, guys. I have to say the first car that I really enjoyed in our video today was the Audi RS3 Sportback. This thing is a little beast, and it was fun. It sounded really good, handled well. For the second, I didn't expect this, but I really liked the M2. I felt it was a good beginner's car because it was very forgiving, it was very precise, and you could probably get away with a lot in that car. And after that, the Ferraris, both of the Ferraris were really good, but out of the two, if I had to pick one, I was gonna pick the Ferrari 488 Challenge. The 296 was faster, like way faster, but the 488 Challenge just drove better for me. I liked the handling in it, and I felt I was less likely to crash this thing because I felt more confident keeping that thing under control, more so than the 296. At spot number 4, we got the Honda S2000. No doubt, out of the little tiny cars in this game, that has been my favorite so far. And last but not least, the absolute best car in Assetto Corsa Evo for me, a beginner sim racer, is the Porsche 911 GT3. Oh man, this car is so good. If you want speed, it gives you that. Braking, it gives you that. Handling, it gives you that. Grip is so grippy. It'll help you with that. It just checks all of the boxes. And did I say looks and the best sounding car in the game? This is the one. So for me, an easy winner out of all the cars in the Assetto Corsa Evo in this version 1.0 early access, the Porsche 911 GT3 wins through and through. So let me know what you think about this. What's your favorite so far in the Assetto Corsa Evo? And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.